with James getting Mountain West Player of the Week. Have you ever had a guy like that just kind of, I don't want to say comes out of nowhere, but you gave him a chance and then he just ran with it? And, that very first game you played him a lot, he had like 12 points. So, I mean,
Yeah.
have you had a guy like that before that you can think of?
Like off the top of my head, there has been some gamers that you're like, whoa, the lights come on and this guy's a lot better than what people think. And, so that's why you're always trying to keep an open mind about things and not pencil guys into holes. But, he's an extreme talent. And we all knew that. Our staff knew that. And I think there's always the case of trying to figure out how you can put him in a position to have success. And with the guys that we have out there and the chemistry of the team and the way they're playing together, I think he's in a great position that's been successful for him.
Especially considering you don't have Anthony, how vital has he been to the success of this team and having you in the place you are?
Yeah, it's we're not in the place we are with, but you look down our roster. There's a lot of guys you could say that about because it's such a fine line between winning and losing in the Mountain West Conference, and so. But he's certainly been a huge key to what we've done, and he gives us something that we never had, and again, he's a great compliment for Nick. He's a great compliment for Derek, and all the pieces are kind of fitting together. And that's really what makes us good.
When Anthony went down, did you kind of tell him, hey, you need to step up?
Well, maybe not him specifically, but we said somebody's gonna step up, and that's what good teams do, and we'll see who it's going to be. It's on them to figure it out who it's going to be, and James certainly grabbed the opportunity, and that's what we want guys to do, be in that position that when they get the opportunity, it's they take advantage of it, and that's life. They need to keep working hard, and when they get it, they take advantage of it.
How much better are you guys defensively than when the season started? I mean, 4 games in 5, you've held opponents under 50, which even under 60 is a pretty good effort.
Yeah, I think we've improved as the season went on, and we've got to continue to improve. There's things that we can do better, and the moment you start backsliding or trying to stay stagnant, then you're in trouble. Because again, it goes back to what I told these guys a month and a half ago: is the teams that become great, that's the ones that are going to contend for the title, and I think our defense is headed that way.
Has James done anything maybe that's surprised you that he's been able to be so good at something immediately, or is this maybe what you guys kind of had in the back of your minds that he could do?
Well, when a kid's shooting it the way he's shooting it, that's impressive. And you can never count on how well a kid could shoot. Well, this kid can shoot, but sometimes you see good shooters have bad shooting nights or bad numbers even, but eventually those numbers correct, like I always say. But, that's probably been the biggest surprise is how consistently he's been able to do that.
Can you tell how much the fan base here likes that guy and what he brings to the table? I mean, can you sense that as a coach? And just obviously, maybe it goes without saying, but why do you think he is that fan favorite?
Oh, yeah, just because he's high-flying, death-defying James Webb. And, the things that he does are fun to watch. Fans love the big dunk, and they love his energy that he plays with. And, so those things are great. And, I talked to a lot of little kids around, and who's your favorite player? James Webb. I said, what happened to Derek? Come on, he's been a pretty good one. So, I think our whole team appreciates that too. It's fun to have a guy like that out there, and if we had a few more guys that knew how to throw a lob, we'd probably have about 10 more dunks.
Coach, another guy who shoots it well is Nick Duncan. But a lot of people think that's the only thing he does. Can you talk about how much his defense has improved this year?
Yeah.
9 rebounds against Nevada. That's huge for you.
9, and then he's just been such a consistent defender, kind of a sneaky defender, where you'd look at him and you'd think he'd be a little bit of a weak link, but he's really stepped his defense up the last couple of weeks, and it's made a big difference for us. I mean, he took one of the best centers in the league and did a great job on it.
Is that, and considering he's playing a little bit out of position, you probably
absolutely,
didn't envision him doing
right.
that. That considered too is probably makes it a little more impressive too.
Yeah, and he's crafty, and he's bigger and stronger than he looks. Sometimes when you get those guys that are a little thicker, they don't look as tall as they are. He's a big kid, and so he's been able to move some bodies around in there, and he's doing a great job blocking guys out. So he's probably a nice compliment for James because he does a great job blocking out, and James can come run and get the rebound.
New Mexico, your thoughts on that team? Obviously, they've been struggling lately, but it's still always a tough matchup.
We our guys have a ton of respect for New Mexico. Our coaches do. We know how well they're coached and how hard they play, and I mean it's like I said, it's a fine line, and they were 4-1 when we played them last time, and they've lost just a bunch of close games, and that's this league. Those games could have went the other way. I mean, they're as good as anybody in this league, and they can beat anybody in this league. So if we don't play a spectacular game, then we'll be in trouble.
What about them